Hello, welcome to the GenXplainers. We are talking movies this episode, and we're talking specifically about the Oscar-nominated films for the 2026 Academy Award show coming up soon. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me just run down what's nominated, the 10 films that are nominated. In alphabetical order, we've got Bugonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Oof, remember when they used to nominate only 5, but now they do 10. So first, let's talk about Bugonia. It is evidently a remake of a film, a South Korean film from 2003 called Save the Green Planet, which I've never seen. I would say for me, this film, again, I think you come into a film like this because of who directed it, with certain expectations, or certain, he's very creative visually
it's not going to be a straightforward movie.
No, it's not. I found it to be, it was very visually rich. I thought the performance of Jesse Plemons was fantastic.
Oh yeah, he was great.
I actually thought, although Emma Stone had kind of a one thing to do, or was, it was seemingly very simple, quote, character, I thought she did a great job too. I think what I will say that, and again, we don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't seen it, although, I don't know, if you're going to say it, use it. I kind of knew the end, the quote twist at the end, if you want to call it that, because it was kind of spoiled for me before I saw it. So I am a little bummed that I didn't experience it in the way that you're supposed to. But even so, it was fine. It was good. What did you think of it, Mike?
Yeah, I didn't have anything spoiled for me, which is nice.
Yeah.
And so I went in, knowing who was involved with the movie already. That was like, I knew Emma Stone and him working together, Yorgos, working together. It was going to be something different. It's not the most effective movie I've seen him do.
Mm-hmm.
However, I really, really enjoyed it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it certainly, of his movies, is probably, and this is kind of like weird to say, but it's probably the most accessible to the average audience, just based on like his other movies and what they did.
I think this came to him because before, in most of his films, he's there from the start, writing them and planning it all out.
Yeah.
This one came to him as a script, I believe, that was almost just out of the box, ready to shoot. So that might be why it's a little more accessible. He didn't kind of put his full mark on it.
I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. There's so many comedic elements to it. I think everybody's great. So yeah.
Where's my hair?
Your hair has been destroyed.
You shaved off my hair?
Yes, we've shaved off your hair.
Why have you shaved off my hair?
To prevent you from contacting your ship.
My ship?
Your ship.
What ship?
Your mothership.
Mandy, what did you think of Bugonia?
I enjoyed it. It was actually one for me that I was the most excited to see. I had been watching it for a while. I super love Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. What was the one that he did with her that she won Best Actress for? Poor Things. Poor Things. So I did enjoy that as well. But after having seen 9 of the 10, it was probably certainly not in my, I'd even say, it was probably in my top 5, but definitely not in my top 3. And I thought it was going to be in my top 3. I think Jesse Plemons was robbed of a nomination. I think that he was fantastic. Of all the films I saw, I thought he was one of the best actors. I don't know if we want to do a spoiler alert. Do we ever go that far? Because I have things to say about that, or no, or...
All right, give the alert.
Spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen Bugonia, you might want to go forward 12 seconds.
Go forward 12 seconds. I just, going into it, I kind of thought that was what was going to be the ending. And I was a little disappointed that it was. I had hoped for something a little different. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
So
I kind of said the same thing. It was Well, actually, what I said was it was a little spoiled for me, actually, because I don't know how somehow through culture, I got the spoiler, and anyway.
Yeah, I didn't get the spoiler, but I just immediately thought like that but yeah, it was good. It was entertaining. Definitely worthy of a nomination. But I don't think it's the winner. So that's my take on it.
All right. How about you, Al?
I enjoyed it a great deal as well. I agree 100% with Mandy in that I feel that Jesse Plemons was blisteringly good, if I can use like movie review language. A must see. And Emma Stone was fantastic. So strong performances. It was visually a very interesting looking movie. And I have liked all of the Yorgos Lanthimos, Emma Stone projects to date that I've seen.
Did he do that? Was The Favorite him too?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but yeah.
Yeah. And
that's great.
As far as the ending, I will give nothing away, but it is, I think, for me, a fun little extra to a movie if it is keeping me kind of like, well, is it this or is it this? And like this, it's leaning this way now for me. Now it's leaning that way. And I was also disappointed a little bit with the ending. Like I had, but it's, but I still think it was well done all the way around. And I would say that it is in my top 5 of these 10 movies.
All right.
Yeah. Definitely top 5, just not top 3.
But it's not my top number 1, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not my number 1 either.
Now let's talk F1, the Brad Pitt starring Formula One race movie. I'll be honest, I was not really... I was trying to see, before they announced the nominees, I was trying to see all the who they thought were going to be nominated, and they were pretty close, but this was not one that people thought would be nominated for Best Picture, at least. Yeah, I wasn't really excited about having to see it once the nominees were announced, because I don't care about racing movies. I never saw like, what was that one with Duvall in the 80s or 90s?
Days of Thunder?
Yeah, like these racing.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah, but Duvall was like his pit guy.
He was the
anyway.
mentor,
That's the first that I remember. But anyway, yeah, I didn't care about racing movies. And to be honest, watching this one, seeing this one, I'm like, this is exactly how I thought this movie would go. Now, that being said, my joke is it could have been called Formulaic One. Thank you very much. But it was technically really great. You can't knock it at all for its editing, its sound design. And I saw it on my television at home, unfortunately, and not in the theater. Would have been great in the theater, I'm sure. And just the cinematography and the, I'm sure, visual effects. Obviously, there were visual effects too. Those were great. And everyone was good in it. Bardem and Pitt and everybody. Everyone was fine. But it was just very, okay. I mean, it's exactly what I expected. It was just a typical type of film done in the best way you could possibly do it.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I felt too. I mean, it's like, the investigation. They got the plans from somebody. Oh, it's that guy. That kind of thing. It's like it's gonna be him, and kind of thing. It's like, okay. So
yeah, I mean, F1 I think goes near the bottom for me. Again, it's not a bad movie. Especially if you enjoy racing. I actually thought it was quite exhilarating, a lot of the racing, but on a very just visceral level, and that's cool. That's great. You can go to movies for that.
There was a lot of racing in it, but it didn't. For me, they did each race. They shot it a little bit differently and edited a little bit differently, and there were certain character things, like especially with the pit crew, that I didn't expect so much. The pit crew was actually very, very pivotal in the movie.
Yeah.
And I think that because they worked that in so much and the way they kept on going back to them made it better.
Yeah.
For that reason. So
I think that was always smart to show the team element of it. Like they're all, they're all doing.
Yeah.
He even makes the big speech. Sorry, spoilers, but like Brad Pitt makes a speech about like, we're gonna do as good as we do, but as long as everyone has at least one moment of like doing your job perfectly, maybe we'll do it.
If only they had the young driver become more like Pitt in the end. Oh wait, never mind.
Hold on. Anyway, yeah, that's F1. Yeah, it's good. Good movie.
Oscar worthy? Who knows?
That's
maybe not best picture, but editing.
That's between every individual and their God. Round
the final corner, it's close. They make contact. Both Apex GP cars into the gravel, and Pierce hits the barrier.
This is mad! The cardinal sin of motor racing. A double DNF, just when it couldn't get any worse with a black and gold.
That's a tough one, man.
Well, I enjoyed it immensely, and I think it is. I don't think a movie has to be, quote unquote, unenjoyable to be great. It doesn't hurt, plot wise, structurally, like it's a movie you've seen 18 million times, but I think it is really well done. I think the setting and the sound of the film kind of stick with me. I think Brad Pitt, again, should he have been nominated for Best Actor? I don't think so. But I mean, he can hold a movie together. I think his performances are strong enough to hold a movie together. It's enjoyable. It's not in my top 5, but it might be at the top of my bottom 5. I don't know, because it's just so enjoyable to me.
Yeah. How about you, Mandy?
Very much mirroring what Alan said. I think that I like that they did nominate like a blockbuster, and that, like he said, that it doesn't always have to be so like well acted and deep and this and that. Like sometimes movies are just meant to entertain us and be loud and meant to be seen on the big screen, good sound, action, like, and I think that them recognizing those now and then is good. They should. That they're also big money makers. Like they're what keep the movies going. They're what keep bringing people to see movies because they're meant to be seen on the big screen. And I think that's important, and that needs to be recognized too. Like I do enjoy that the Golden Globes have that nomination for like top grossing film. Like I think that, again, it's unfortunate that that's what, money is what makes the world go round, but it is what makes the world go round. And we want.
It's nice that they're just being honest about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was well done. I think it should win all the sound nominations because it was fantastic. And the effects even a little bit. Like, I don't know what else is nominated in that. Probably a lot of Avatar stuff. But, when you were in the seat and all that, I did enjoy it. So, and yeah, Brad Pitt, great. Javier Bardem, great.
Yeah, I mean, I felt it was like you guys are saying. I think technically and just as a film, it's extremely solid and extremely well, even surpassing that with its like editing and sound and. But the script writing portion of it and all that is the part where it's like, okay. And I think it could win for editing. I wouldn't be mad about that. And certainly I think it's going to win for like sound and possibly visual effects. So
I also think it is a sort of emblematic of, I mean, Mandy kind of touched on it a little bit. Like I feel like there's a divergence in movies that's always sort of been there, but it's bigger now between the movies that everyone sees and the movies that get nominated for Best Picture. There was, I know, a lot of criticism in the last several years that like people go like, well, I haven't even heard of some of these Best Picture nominees.
Yeah. When I talked of this to friends just 2 days ago that I was doing this podcast, they're like, well, what's nominated? And like, I was listing everything off, and everyone had seen F1, but nobody had seen anything else. Like,
yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's a criticism of what gets nominated, but it does show that the movie going public en masse is going one way, or that the studios are trying to just make big blockbusters, and they're trying, this is my opinion, trying to appeal to as many people as possible, which tends to water down, in my view, what makes a movie distinctive enough to be considered a Best Picture. So yeah. I do see that. So it was nice to see that there's something out there that I do feel at least is worthy of being in one of these 10 slots that was also seen by a lot of people. And also, you know, Sinners was seen by a lot of people too.
Yeah, that was a big one. And like you said about the money-making part of it, or the business part of filmmaking, I mean, the Academy Awards, it's just some awards show that, you know, they have a bunch of people just deciding on something. And I think it is a marketing, you know, it's a marketing thing. If you win or are nominated even, you get a bump. People go because, oh, what is that thing? I don't, you know, Hamnet, this actress is getting a lot of, you know, talk. Let's see it. So it does help smaller films. So in that respect, I would rather the Academy choose on, you know, smaller films, or at least films that are not as pushed, not as marketed. But at the same time, doesn't mean a marketed film isn't a great film, like you were saying. So, and like I said, the 10 nominees thing, they expanded it to 10. And on one hand, I was like, oh, that, you know, I was a little like annoyed at first, but actually because of the sort of exposure for smaller films, I'm fine with it. Yeah. Again, it doesn't matter. It's just an award show.
It's just a lot of people patting themselves on the back.
Yep.
And if it helps a middle or smaller film, great. You know, I think of a movie like Zone of Interest from the other years. Like that movie, no one would have ever heard of that movie if it hadn't have been. And I think it's worth seeing.
Absolutely.
I think it's worth seeing, yeah. So let's move on to Frankenstein.
Speaking of a long movie.
Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. As expected, it's visually stunning. He's just amazing in that respect. He does get a little close, sticks a little closer to the novel with the story and the characterization of the creature or the creation. Everyone did a real good job acting, and especially I forget his name, the creature,
Jacob Elordi.
Elordi, that's it, Jacob Elordi. He did a great job, I thought. As you mentioned, it was a bit long, and it didn't need to be necessarily.
Yeah, it's a little long.
That said, I thought it was very well done.
Well, you have a director working on it who's a perfectionist, first of all.
Yeah.
For all the reasons that his films are so successful, is the set design, the costumes, everything about it. Del Toro is just a master at that. So it is something where you're not going to sit here and say, oh, he could have done better with those elements. He
nails that.
He does. The issue in this particular movie is the pacing.
Yes.
And it's not nominated for editing. I'm sorry, editor, whatever.
I don't know. I don't have the editor list here.
Yeah. The pacing is not great in this movie.
Yeah, and I would say that maybe this wouldn't be a popular opinion, but I feel the weakest sort of storyline, necessary storyline, don't get me wrong, is the creature and the fiancé. I don't know. I wasn't really engaged by it, and it did take up a good amount of time, but it had to be there. I think every aspect of the creature's interaction with the world, specifically when he's outside of the lab, is amazing, and I think really well done and well acted and poignant. The stuff with the woman, with the wife, the fiance. I don't know. You could have cut that maybe a little bit.
You could have, and I actually think that Victor was a little over the top at times, like
Sure.
a bit much.
Yeah.
Not anything with the acting. The acting was great for it. It's just I think that it was just a little bit too much. And I never read the book, so I don't know how crazy he was in the book. But yeah, I mean, what's his name? Who played the guy who invested all of the money?
Christoph Waltz.
Yeah,
character.
He was great. But then again, it's like he's one of those actors I could watch all day
He's
long.
always good. Yeah,
I could watch him all the time. Yeah, but I would put this more towards the bottom 4 for me.
I think I'd put it in the a little closer to the bottom. I liked it, maybe more middle-ish. I think I liked it a little more than you, but yeah.
I'm glad I saw it on the big screen.
Me too.
Very glad about I saw it on the big screen.
Yeah.
So.
You will go now, Creator. Fade away. It will all be but a brief moment. My birth, my grief, your loss. I will not be punished. No, absolved. What hope I had, what rage. 'Tis all nothing. The tide that brought me here now comes to take you away, leaving me stranded.
I thought Lon Chaney was great. Oh, I watched the wrong one. No. Anyway, what do you all think of Frankenstein?
Okay, so like everything Guillermo del Toro touches is visually stunning. So that part, it was beautiful. The costuming, gorgeous. I think it might win for best costumes. All of that, beautiful. Good acting, but it was super slow for me. Like that part, I was just like, at times I had to go get a snack because I watched it at home. But it was good. I don't think anybody's going to win anything for it in regards to acting or I think costumes. That's what I think of Frankenstein. And beautiful. Maybe some cinematography.
Yeah, the look of it.
Yeah, the look of it. So, and that's kind of even how I felt with like Pan's Labyrinth. Like I was super excited going into it and like beautiful, but I think I need a nap. Like I'm just like, and I do love Jacob Elordi. I love Mia Goth. I love Oscar Isaac. Like I love all the actors. And I do love him as a director too. I wanted it to be not so sleepy, but the book is super sleepy. I don't know if anybody's ever tried to read that. Like
I tried.
I literally was like, oh my gosh, it's like on my 7th year, I was, and I'm just like, no, I can't. So, but yeah, I felt, beautiful costumes. Jacob Elordi is usually beautiful, but he was not so beautiful this time. But that's where I'm at for Frankenstein.
He was sort of the creature from Rocky Horror Picture Show kind of creature.
Yeah, like
because he was all chiseled, but he was all sewed together.
Just all But in the spirit of where we're putting it in the ranking, I'm gonna put it at maybe like the bottom 5, like. If we were doing 1 being the best and 10 being the worst or whatever, or vice versa, it's probably number 9 for me for one of the worst. Like it was not my jam. That's it.
Okay. How about you, Al? We saw this one together and I think we did discuss it a little bit right after, but
and I watched it the night you guys saw it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she was watching it when I got home. So yeah, I will mirror a lot of what Mandy said. It is a very captivating movie visually, and I think a lot of the performances are solid. I normally do like Mia Goth. I don't know if this was the right part.
No.
For her. I don't know. It was a little. It didn't really click with me. with her. And I also really like Oscar Isaac, but his performance was just so, I don't know, it was kind of petulant to me. And I never saw that character as being as petulant of a character. I succeeded in reading Frankenstein. And so
good work.
So I went in with a preconceived notion of the characters. So that might be coloring how I reacted to the movie. I do think it was a little bit long. And for me, it just didn't really come together the way I would like to have had it. And for me, it is therefore in my bottom 5. It might actually, I think I probably would put it at number 9.
Yeah.
On my
All right.
list. But it is arresting and beautiful, and there's a lot. And when I say number 9, I mean, that sounds like it's so horrible, but it's still, one of the top 10 movies of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think generally speaking, these nominees are pretty good. I mean,
yeah,
I didn't know what to expect in a lot of them. I would say that's true of Hamnet. I'd say that's true of Marty Supreme, Secret Agent. I mean, I was just sort of like, I don't know. I was actually a little reticent. I'm going to save this for maybe Hamnet, but I was for some reason very reticent about seeing Hamnet because I felt like, oh boy, from a novel, Shakespeare, but I'll get to that later. We're going to get to it next, as a matter of fact. That is a perfect segue, if you're all done.
I am.
To the next film, Hamnet. So let me hear your thoughts on Hamnet.
Initially, I was as excited for seeing this movie as any of them. I love Shakespeare, and stories about Shakespeare sound interesting to me. Shakespeare in Love was like enjoyable. It was a little bit floofy, but I kind of relish in it just because I do love Shakespeare.
Sure.
And I hadn't seen it when it won for the Golden Globe. So then all of a sudden I was like, oh, we really got to see this. Having said all that, and I did enjoy it a great deal. It's a bit mawkish. It's very weepy.
Yeah.
Which when I was watching it, it really moved me. At the same time, afterwards, I'm like, well, what do I remember that I like the most from this movie? And it wasn't that I cried during it. It was. It was really, for me, the strength of Jessie Buckley's performance, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And that, to me, is the thing that held the movie. The emotional core of the movie holds together very well, and she has a great performance. And so does Paul Mescal. I think he's very good, too. And it is, I think, a year of really strong performances in the male actor category. And so did
he get nominated?
No.
Okay.
But he didn't. Jesse Plemons didn't.
Yeah.
And it just shows that there are so many good performances that not everyone could be nominated. Having said that, it is a very small movie, and for me, the movie didn't go a lot of different places. It kind of stayed in one place for a long time. Mm-hmm. And I probably have it in my top 5, but it's probably number 5.
For me, I very much enjoyed it. I think that she will win Best Actress. She was fantastic. I agree with what Alan said. I think that she held a lot of it. Not together. I don't want to say that it needed to be held together because it was a very well done film. But much like Shakespeare, just like, I'm not a huge Shakespeare fan. Let's just get down to brass tacks because I'm just not. But I thought the acting was beautiful. I thought that the love story was beautiful. And the last 20 minutes were heartbreaking. The whole Hamlet part of it was just, that whole scene for me was hard. I have a couple of mom friends who couldn't leave the movie theater for a while because they were just like ugly crying at the end. But But Alan, it's definitely in his top one because we watched a lot of them together.
Yeah.
It's in his top 3, but I thought it was, but like when I went back through and rewatched like Sinners and like we watched Marty Supreme after and things like that, I put it to like, I'm looking at all of them right now and I put it in the bottom 5. Like, although I think there's a very real chance it might win. So that part, like, yeah. So that's where I'm at with that one.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, again, I said I was for some reason a little like, oh, well, I got to say Hamnet, and
yeah,
I think one of the reasons that I knew the subject matter, I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah,
and I'm like, do I want to go sit and watch that? And you know, as a intellectually beforehand, I'm like, I don't know if I want to sit there and cry about, you know, spoiler alert, dead children. You know,
yeah.
So I was like,
spoiler alert, Shakespeare's children have passed away.
Yes, sorry, I ruined that for you. But the experience of it and the emotional through the performances, I mean, you go to a movie for an experience, and in this one, it was an emotional experience, and it worked. That kid was
amazing, right? He should have been nominated.
he was like, oh, you know, and knowing what's going to probably happen, you're like,
yeah,
oh my God. But yeah, emotionally wrenching. The direction, I thought if she wins director, I'd be happy with it. I love Paul Thomas Anderson, but the way first of all, she's kind of a kooky, her methods are interesting as a director, but I think that's what elicits the trust that gets these performances. And I think that should be recognized. That's a director's job, is to get their actors able to give their best. And they did. And she was, you know, she's very like almost like a spiritual director, and the way she ties in the themes, especially of Jessie Buckley's character, of sort of being, oh, she's a witch, you know, this earthy nature tie-in, and the way she shoots it, and the way she sort of, it's very lyrical and natural, and I think she did a great job with that. So I wanted to just say that.
Good job bringing that up, because you're right. Like that part for me was probably the most special part of the film. Like, how she would go lay in the tree and like, just that. I love that. So that, and then it made me also wonder how much of that was true. Like, was that in fact how she was? Like, and
well, you know, I guess one of my quote criticisms of it was like, not of the film, but like of the novel itself. It's like the idea is sort of like, okay, we're going to tie in this historical fact with the writing of Hamlet, and how much can you really pull out of Hamlet that ties to it is the author's sort of choice. They decide, oh, this probably means this, you know. And I was, again, a little, quote, skeptical of like, yeah, maybe a little bit of a reach. But again, whatever. It's a different piece of work.
Yeah.
From a different piece of, you know. So it's fine. But, and I like Shakespeare. Don't get me wrong. But, you know.
It's fine.
It's all, again, I really enjoyed the movie. I really actually enjoyed the movie a lot. So anyway.
Show me your hand.
What do you see?
I see you grown, very strong. And I see you in London working with your father.
In the theatre?
At the playhouse.
What will I be doing?
What do you wish to do, Hamnet?
I shall be one of the players with a sword.
Sword?
Yes, and I shall clash it against the sword of the other player.
Show me.
There'll be a terrible fight, and everybody watching will be frightened out of their wits.
Performance-wise, yeah, I mean, everybody in it. She anchors the movie, but everybody in it. Paul Mescal was phenomenal, I thought.
Yeah, he was good.
But the kid who played Hamnet, oh my God.
That scene killed me with the sister and oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to like be very, to not give too much away, but the stage performance, that reaching out, that killed me. I was already tearing up, that kind of thing. And then the actor who played Hamlet in the stage, his reaction was so spot on.
Yeah.
Was I just blew me away how they did that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, that's Hamnet. That's in the top 4 for me, probably.
Two for me.
Top two. Oh, all righty. Again, as I look at other ones, like, oh, wait a minute, but that's the, but that was it was a great film. All right, let's move on. Marty Supreme. Go ahead, man. You mentioned you'd seen it and maybe it.
Yeah. Okay. So I do love me some Timothy Chalamet. Having said that, like this is another one I was really excited for. In fact, this was the one I was probably the most excited for. And Tyler, the Creator, and Odessa, I can't think of her name right now, but I've super been loving her on I Love LA. And just, there's a lot of like fun young actors in this one, and the director of Uncut Gems, or half of it, and all that. Yeah. So going into it, I was very excited. So I had a lot of expectations, and there's times that like, I feel like I want to stop watching previews or trailers because it's like, I feel like anyway, long story less long. This one, I wanted Timothy to pull out a best actor for me, and I don't know if he did. And like, I feel like last year was the year he should have gotten it, because I did think he did a really good job for the Bob Dylan role. And I don't think that, and no, we're not talking about just best actor, but I thought he did well, but I didn't think he did best actor well. And I thought the movie was good, and it's like Academy Award worthy, but it was okay. Like, and this one, I don't know. I just felt he was not a likable character. Not that like everybody needs to be likable, but I just, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say about this one. It was good. It was entertaining. It was nice to see Gwyneth Paltrow play a part that's not what she often plays. So I liked her in this. But yeah, it was good. It was good.
Okay. somewhere in the middle, or
somewhere
lower.
in the middle, like where I wanted it to be at the top, and and it was fun to see Tyler the Creator in that role, and I felt like he did a good job, and I felt like Odessa should have been nominated for Best Supporting as well. But what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Well,
what are you gonna do?
I'll say that this is another one of those movies that I hadn't seen till later on, or later in my 10 movie.
Yeah.
And I was unsure. I didn't know whether I'd like it. I actually have not, if I'm honest, I have never seen a Safdie brothers or Safdie movie. I didn't see Uncut Gems.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of knew what the movie was about, but at the same time, it was like, I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen, So I was like, oh, I'm going to see this. I have no idea what it's about. I'm just going to go in and see it. Maybe my expectations were right in the middle, I guess, but they weren't high. I'll put it that way. But I will say I thought Timothy Chalamet was really good, mainly because he was such a bastard, yet I still somehow cared what happened to him. And I think the reason I think it works because he has this projection of this asshole, of this, pushy, I'm overconfident, but he, through his acting, betrays things once in a while in very subtle ways. I thought it worked for me. And I think he has a good chance, and I wouldn't be mad if he won Best Actor for it.
And I wouldn't be mad either. Again, I love him, and I do think he has a good chance, and I think he's really been campaigning for it. So I definitely think he's got that in his favor.
Yeah.
Their marketing campaign for that was probably one of the best ones this year.
And the movie itself, I actually really liked as well. It was odd, and there's certain things in it that are like, that's a very interesting choice. But I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, and actually, upon thinking about it later, started enjoying it more somehow.
Hello?
Kay?
Speaking.
Hey, it's Marty Mauser. I'm in the Royal Suite. I saw you in the lobby yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, we made eye contact. I was being interviewed.
I don't recall.
Well, I'm a huge admirer.
Okay. Can I help you with something?
Maybe. I just ordered one of everything off the room service menu. There's no way I'll be able to eat it all alone.
Ah. So you'd like me to come up to your room?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps I should send my husband instead.
Oh, sure. He can come up here and I'll come down to meet you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Whoa, wait, I want to keep talking.
Why is that?
Because I never talked to an actual movie star.
Well, now you have. I hope the experience was all you thought it would be.
You know, I'm something of a performer, too.
Are you?
Yeah, you don't believe me? You what? What?
You're a performer?
Yeah, I'm a performer. You got the Daily Mail in front of you?
I do have it, yes.
Okay, we'll turn to page 12.
Page 12. Okay, what am I looking at here?
Down the middle, in the center.
This is you.
Yeah, the chosen one. It's a nice picture, right?
Ping pong.
Well, I play table tennis. Yeah, I'm here competing in the British Open.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
23.
I like the cinematography and the way it was edited actually a lot. It had a certain feel to it. And it was done interesting. I mean, the use of like 80s music in this 1950s.
Right. We talked about that a lot. I was like, this
weird.
is sort of off-putting to me. Like, why are we listening to Tears for Fears? And it's supposed to be like, yeah.
Right. But there's no law that says you have to, create music for a movie or use that, time appropriate. And we're older, so we know we have these memories and attachments to these songs.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the target audience of movies, they just know this as a song. They don't have any natural collection or connection with it. So he's just saying, well, this song is the mood I want to portray, so I'm using it.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I just kind of thought it was kind of neat. Whatever. I mean, it was fine. But yeah, I would say I enjoyed Marty Supreme a lot. It would be like 4 or 5. It would be like middle, upper middle somewhere. I can move around a little bit. So,
it would be 4 or 5 for me too. Because I feel like I didn't give a fair chance in what I said. It was good. It was entertaining. And you're totally right about the 80s music with the audience. Because I think it was directed at a younger audience with the cast. And so.
Alan?
So I enjoyed this movie a lot. And I was looking forward to it a lot as well. There are some things that didn't really work as well as I'd hoped. And since we're just talking about it, I'll dive right into the music. It took me out every time they were playing a 80s or whatever it was. I think it was all 80s though. Song. It kind of pulled me out in a way that I didn't enjoy. And if I can compare it to another film, it's the Marie Antoinette one that Sofia Coppola does. When it happens in that movie, it doesn't pull me out. I feel like it adds a layer to the movie rather than taking me out of it. And I don't know why that is, because in a way you're talking much the same era music for both films. One of them set in old time France, and one of them set not that much earlier than when that music came out.
30 years in the future.
So, but for some reason, it did not work for me in that movie the way it did for me in Marie Antoinette. Is that the name of the movie?
Marie Antoinette.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's not that we're going to get into Marie Antoinette, but it's because it was just so different. Like in her, and we'll talk about that later, but yeah.
I think it was very much, she did it with intent. Like she wanted to portray that period of French history as decadent 80s. I mean, that was a very
the colors of the dresses and the hair and
it was a choice, a very deliberate
tinge to her hair. It was it was very Madonna.
So in that respect, it's like, okay, I get it. You're doing a thing, Yeah. You're right, but this one it was like, well, I mean, when I think it was Change was the first one, the Tears for Fears song
that's
Change.
What I'm saying. I'm
during
just
the credits, I'm like, okay, and it was weird because I'm like, I feel like this is a period piece earlier, because I wasn't sure yet. But there's like, okay, this is the 50s, and for some reason he's choosing 80s songs, but okay.
Well, and then he closed it with a Tears for Fears with Everybody Wants to, totally.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Al.
I think the performances are very strong. I have the same kind. I'm sort of sandwiched between Mandy and you on Timothée Chalamet's performance, in that he's not playing a likable character, but I've seen a Safdie movie before. I knew I was kind of going to be in for that.
Adam Sandler did not play a likable character.
No, he did not. But in a way, I think it's different for me because Adam Sandler was portraying a character who had established himself and things were starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
And so the dynamic of that worked a little bit better for me than with this Marty Supreme character who is trying to come from nothing and is desperately trying to follow this dream, but is just a complete selfish, lying, self-obsessed kind of bastard.
Yeah.
But what redeems is there are those little touches throughout the movie. And I also, without saying anything about the end, the moment at the end buys back a lot of
it.
what I didn't enjoy as much during.
And you said that you felt like the end for you also secured more of a Best Actor. That it was that last, but even with like Honora, like the last 5 minutes for her also secured, I think, for Best Actress. Like,
totally agree.
Because it pays off the whole performance previous.
Yeah.
And it,
I just have to give an honorable mention to the dude from the Shark Tank. Like,
oh, that's right.
Like I kept saying, is that the guy from Shark Tank? Like, and finally, like in the middle, I'm like, it is the guy from Shark Tank.
Yeah. He did a good job.
You did.
You did. And I will add, just to echo what Mandy said earlier, I normally don't much care for Gwyneth Paltrow in movies, but I liked her in this. And I think one of the main reasons is she's playing against type.
Right.
And she, to me, is like Kevin Costner. I really enjoy his performances when he's playing against type, not when he's going, trying to feed right into, like, I'm the hero.
All right. So let's move on.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.